What up YouTube, Mike here from Foundation BMX, and today we are going to be looking at this, the Stranger Crux V2 Freecoaster Hub. Why so? Well, during our last video, if you caught the Pengus Parts video about the new Stranger stuff we put up recently, I did say we're going to take a look inside one of these hubs, for the reason being that it has a new internal clutch system. And so I'm just really keen to find out what it is, what it's all about, and most importantly, to show you guys. So I guess I figured let's take one apart, see what's inside, and have the big reveal, so to speak. So, like I say, we have here Stranger Crux V2 Freecoaster Hub, which is a full 14mm female axle, and it comes supplied with the Primo hub guards. So we've got a drive side one just here and a non-drive one just here. Comes with these as standard, so you've got two really good hub guards straight out of the box. Really good feature that I like with all the new sort of hubs that are on the market these days. So to start taking this bad boy apart, we're going to need to take out one of these new axle bolts. Now as I do this, you'll see the big reveal on the full 14mm size of these things. It's a way a lot of hubs have gone these days. Female axle is stronger, it is undoubtedly stronger for sure, and it's just been a difficult case for most of the manufacturers getting around the idea of making the axle inside so big and getting around like driver systems, etc. So obviously naturally the bigger your axle is inside, if it's female it's got to be even bigger than a male, and it's then just how you make the driver bearings all work together. And Stranger have done this. So I've taken the axle bolt out, here he is, and I'm just going to take off the cone that's on the outside of this. Voila! Now, I don't know if you can see this on there, it's probably going to go out of focus the closer I get to you, but basically this features a roller bearing, and we've seen this before on the Odyssey clutch. So this roller bearing system features on the Odyssey clutch, Crux V2, and the Sunday Cyclone Freecoaster, which I run. So interesting to see Stranger have gone with a similar design to that. Now we've taken that off, we just need to take the driver out. So if we rotate this, eventually it'll unscrew, and there is our driver. Now, to get inside this bad boy, we're going to need to take the axle out, and the way to do that is fairly simple. We're going to take the bolt that we took out originally, pop him back in. Doesn't have to be all the way, but most of the way ideally. And get your rubber mallet, hitting stick, whatever you want to call it. And basically we're just going to hit this out until the axle comes through the bottom, basically. It's coming, and there we go. So take this back out, there we go, and now we should be able to pull the hub shell off and reveal the inside. So basically this is kind of the new bit right here. This clutch mechanism is something which Stranger have been working on, and I've no doubt that since Stranger have done it with their Freecoaster that we're probably going to see a few more Freecoasters on the market using this sort of technology. Most likely the Primo one to follow, and perhaps even the Federal one, because they all use the similar internal design. So basically we're going to pull this off, and then we're just left literally with the non-drive side bearing cone and what looks to be like some sort of like grub screwed thrust protector. Anyway, let's put him down, just take these off and put them back on there. Cool. So yeah, this is the new part basically. This is the kind of the revolution of the Crux V2 Freecoaster. What's the revolution about it? Well, basically most Freecoaster hubs on the axles, if you've seen them online on a Foundation website or any other website for that matter, most of the axles within Freecoasters have got two screws that screw into the axle. What those screws do is they regulate the clutch. So basically they keep the clutch center and they keep some resistance against it. And the reason that's important is because that's how a free coaster works. There has to be resistance against this for a free coaster to actually drive. Now, to create that resistance without having the two screws on the axle, what they've actually done is they've put them inside this clutch. Now, I'll do a little video showing the inside of this a bit clearer because you're probably not going to be able to see it from that. But they've actually put 8 ball bearings inside this. So you're not relying on 2, like on the sort of Stranger coaster, the Ballast coaster, the Free Mix, the Federal, whatever, who just have 2 ball bearings to regulate it. You've actually got 8. Now, what does that mean in reality? I guess in reality that means that these should last a hell of a lot longer. And being as free coasters genuinely suffer with longevity issues from time to time, I guess that's only a good thing. So yeah, that's inside the new Crux V2 Freecoaster from Stranger. We'll piece this back together again, and then you can see us putting it back together. A lot of people ask us about how to take coasters apart, etc. Because I guess it's not the most straightforward of things to do, but actually it's not the hardest, and it's really good to take your free coaster apart from time to time just to give it a clean out, freshen up the grease inside, etc. So this, if nothing else, should give you a bit of a clearer idea about how you do that. There we go. So now that's back in. I put the driver in before I put the axle back in, and the reason I did that is because you need to hit the axle in straight. If the axle goes in wonky, you'll never get it in properly, and so it's ideal to put the driver in just to guide the axle back through. So yeah, that is the Stranger Crux Freecoaster V2 internally. You can pick one of these hubs up for $139.99, and they come in right-hand drive and left-hand drive specific, so you need to pick the one which suits your bike. But yeah, all in all, that is the Stranger Crux V2 Freecoaster. Let us know if there's any other hubs you'd like to see inside of, and we'll try and put videos together similar to this to show you inside them. We've had to come in the office today because it's freezing in the UK right now, so I'm sat next to the radiator trying to stay warm. But yeah, let us know if there's any hubs you'd like to see inside of, or any other products you'd like us to do a more in-depth analysis of, and we'll try and hook those videos up. Thanks for watching. I'm Mike. This is Foundation BMX. One love.